Morning. I'm Don, aka the Boonie Buster, and most of my videos are on camping and in the high Sierras. But today I'm going to be playing with one of my other toys and one of my other hobbies, and that is metal detecting. And I'm heading to a site that I've been on many times, not far out of town where I live. And it's the 20 Mule Team Borax Road. If you look at a couple of I gotta watch this cross traffic. People come through here pretty fast on motorcycles and they don't tend to stop. But if you've seen some of my early videos from 10-15 years ago, you'll see that I've been out here on this road, and I've explained what the 20 Mule Team Road is. Basically, when they discovered borax in Death Valley, which is about 140 miles east of here, they needed to get the borax to the rail station at Mojave, which is over this way about 17-18 miles. So they came up with these big wagons and they made this road, and it basically went straight. Headed to a big old mountain over here called Pilot Knob, and that was the road. It went straight. It didn't follow the normal lines. And I think I'm on it now. I'm not real sure. I'm going to have to go up here just a little bit and check. Yeah, this is all right. I just went over it all right. All right, I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, this is the actual road here. It was a trail in them days. And this was made in about 1885 or 86. After the 20 Mule Team quit running on this road, they used it as mainly a highway to get from Mojave to Death Valley. So this road was in use for many years. And I have found a lot of things on this road relating to early automobiles. But the other interesting thing about this area is during World War II, it was used as a bombing and strafing range. And this area is just alive with shrapnel, 50 cal bullets, clips, and live bombs. And I found that out the hard way. Back in my younger, naive days, 15-20 years ago when I first came out here, I did not expect to find anything dangerous. But we came out this location right here and discovered that this was a target site right here. And there was a target here that they bombed and strafed. And when the war was over and they closed the base, they just buried these old targets out here. So we thought it would be kind of neat to dig up an old tank or an old car or something of that nature. Well, we came out to this site and started metal detecting. And lo and behold, we found that there is a buried target right over here. It's possible that it's been dug up since then because this indentation is kind of dug out a little bit now. But right over here, we had a strange hit, digging down, cautiously of course, and we came across a live 100-pound demolition bomb. And over here, we found another live bomb. we realized that they were bombs and they were dangerous and we should not mess with them. So we backed away and called EOD out at Edwards Air Force Base. They came out, collected them, and put them over here and detonated them. And I recorded the detonation from half a mile away. But I'll show you what's left. Of course, it's been many, many years now. It's been almost 15 years. But right here is the crater. This used to be five foot deep in here. This is the crater that the two bombs, when they went off, left behind. Well, from that point on, we decided we don't want to dig any more bombs. We're not going to mess with that stuff anymore. So we've been, when I say we, is my cousin Mike and I, cousin Mikey we call him. He comes down and we come out here with our metal detectors and we ride quads all out here, but we don't dig any more bombs. That was scary when we were sitting a half a mile away and watched that thing go off. I'll put the video of that explosion on this video so you'll see it. Whoa!
Woo! That was pretty awesome.
God almighty! Mike, give me my camera quick.
This was worth the wait.
Son,
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
jeez! I don't think we're going to want to dig any more of those. God damn!
Anything else now is going to be kind of anticlimactic.
I know it.
But we like to go on the road itself because there's a lot of interesting things that we can find on this road, including smoke bombs. And the way we knew that this area was a target was the large amount of shrapnel that's around here. And I'll show you, here's remnants right here. Here's a piece right here of a bomb that exploded. And you can tell they're demolition bombs because these pieces have been blown up instead of bent up from being a practice bomb and just being dropped. But you come over here. Oh, that's glass. We don't want that. Okay, you come over here and you find lots of pieces of shrapnel all over out here. The area is just littered with bomb fragments. It's all over the road. And I think that other bomb that we found, I think was over here on this side. It's been a long time now since I've been out here. We're not that far out of town. And I think it was right in this area in here. I think it was right in this area here someplace. I think maybe in this area here where we found that bomb. And at the time, we were young and naive and playing with something we shouldn't have been playing with, but we didn't know it at the time. We know it now. So we don't mess around out here anymore. And in later years, like about 3-4 years ago, the government, I don't know what department, came out here and cleared off this land out here and ran metal detectors, big ones, over this whole thing looking for more live bombs because they're out here. If there was 2 here on this site, you know there's a 3rd or 4th or possibly more. And this road runs right down through the middle of it. Oh, here's a insert for a armor-piercing 50 cal shell. That's inside the projectile, and that is still sharp after all this time. So, what I'm going to do today is go down a little further where the old road was and get off this main section, because this is traveled all the time, motorcycles and whatnot. I'm going to get off this and take the metal detector out, and I'll show you a few things that I have found out here over the years. Now, these are a few of the things that I've found over the years on the road, and they're all related to automobiles. Here's an old wrench, and then here's an interesting thing. Look at this. This is a spark plug, a rebuildable spark plug. I believe this is off an old early Model T or Model A or something like that. You can actually rebuild this thing. And here's an interesting thing right here. This is a horseshoe that's broken in half. Now, the interesting thing is I have both halves of it right here. And the interesting thing is I found these things 25 feet apart. And here's a license plate from 1950, registration. This is what they used to do. They used to have these little metal things like this they put on the license plates. And this is another thing that you find out here a lot of. These are smoke bombs. I think they call them Mark 23s. This one is, as you can see, has hollow in the center, so it's not dangerous. This one has had a shotgun shell in it, and when it hit the ground, it hit a firing pin on the end and blew a lot of smoke out the back for marking. And we have found, oh God, 50, 100 of these things out here. So many that we don't even bother digging them anymore. Don't have any need for them. We just leave them out here. But we could come across some today. So let's go. I'm going to head on down the road a little ways and to my favorite place where I have been out before, where I found most of this stuff, and we'll see what we can find out there. This area right here is the original road. For some reason, the new road kind of bypassed here a little bit, but I'm going to try with the detector out in this area here along this little, it's a little dugout, ditch affair, where I guess over the years the wagons just kind of dug it out a little bit. So we're gonna start there, see what we can find. I'm setting the detector for 0. We'll see what. As I was saying before, this area was a bombing range, so there's a likelihood of finding bomb fragments out here, shrapnel and clips and things like that. But as often as I've searched this, I've never found any live bombs, or any intact casings of bombs. So I'm pretty sure this area is fairly safe. But let's see what we can find here. I'm just gonna kind of just walk around and see what we can find. Lots of iron. I'm gonna notch out some iron here. Let's get rid of some of this. Okay, I'll take it up to about 35. Because there's going to be a lot of shrapnel, I'm sure. So we'll just keep going here. There was something there, 84 it's showing. But it's apparently really deep. Not repeatable. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to dig everything. because I don't have the stamina or the strength to dig everything. As I said, I've been out here before. Okay, we'll just keep going here until we hit something. I'm surprised I'm not hitting more metal or more iron. But I do have most of the iron notched out. So we'll just keep going here till I'd love to hear that high-pitched ping. The bell tone, the famous Garrett bell tone. Now here's a 30. That's going to be a piece of shrapnel, I'm pretty sure. You hear that? It's pretty repeatable, saying it's down about 6 inches. I don't think it's anything valuable, but let's dig it anyway. See what it is. Right there. Yeah, it's 28. That's going to be a piece of iron, I think. Probably shrapnel or something of that nature. Let's go down in there and find out what that is. I don't think it's anything worth digging. It is 6 inches down, so I'm going to have to get in here a bit. Right here, and I'll guarantee you it is nothing worth digging. Hit something there. Ooh, what have we got here? Oh. God, I hope that's not another bomb. Big, whatever it is. It's iron, of course. And it's long. And it is a part of a bomb. And I can tell you how I can tell. Let me get this camera out. All right. Okay, see, here's how I can tell that this is part of a bomb. You see this right here? That's a hook right there. Where is it? Right there. Where it was hooked onto the shackle on under the wing of a plane. So this is fragments of a high demolition bomb. If it was a practice bomb, this piece of metal wouldn't be this jagged. So this tells me they have dropped live bombs out here on this area. So I got to be real careful. So let's just dig this up and get it out of here anyway. There it is. This was the top of a bomb. This is the hanger right here. We'll have to take this out of here. I'm going to throw it over by my truck. Ooh, almost hit my truck. Then we got to cover this hole back up. But that is what's out here. I wasn't expecting that, to tell you the truth. I didn't think there were any live rounds out here. All right, I got a fairly decent signal here. It's bouncing all over the place. But occasionally it hits an 80, 47. Yeah, it's going to be junk, I'm sure. It says it's about 6 inches down. So let's dig it and see what we got. Well, it's pretty close to the surface here. You hear that? No, this is not going to be anything. Otherwise, I would see it here. Let's see what we got. Ooh, it's still in there. Yep, there's a piece of metal there. There we go. That's a casing off a bomb. We'll have to get that out. Take that out of here too. Oops, don't want to do that. I always cover up my holes here too. I don't leave the holes out here like that. Okay. All right. This is the kind of target I like to hit. This is going to be either a 50 cal shell casing or a 50 cal slug. It's a pretty solid 80. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's see what we have. There it is. And I was right. It's a 50 cal slug. It's been hit the ground pretty darn hard. But there it is. I knew that's what that was going to be. 80s are always that. And we'll take that out. Now let me cover up my hole here. And we'll move on. Okay, here's an example of the surface stuff. This is a clip for a 50 cal machine gun round. And there's millions of these out here. Because they just use this as a strafing range forever out here. We'll remove that also. Okay. Here we go again. Now there's some iron there. There's that's going to be another slug, I think. So, pinpoint. This is kind of oblong. It's hard to say what this is going to be, but let's go find out. Hey. Let's go find out. Ooh, damn. Another highly destroyed 50 cal slug. Pretty sure that was it. Let's see if we can find out here for sure. Yeah, that was it. Cover it up. Pretty boring so far, isn't it? Well, here's something I did not expect to find right on the surface. This is a 50 cal casing. And the date on it is, I can't read it. 43. The date is 43. This thing has been laying out here a lot of years, right in that spot. Fired from a aircraft, strafing something here. That's kind of an interesting find, but I didn't expect that. I didn't think there were any of these laying around out here anymore. people come out and pick them up, especially me. So anyway, that's a good find. Okay, we got a 75 going on here. So I'm not sure. Could be another slug. It's right here. Let's go find out. All right, I found it. Now this is a piece of one of those smoke bombs I showed you earlier. So that means there's going to be some of those things out here. This one obviously blew up though. So let's cover the hole and go look for more. Here's another one. 76. This is right on the surface practically. So this is going to be another one of those pieces of a smoke bomb, I bet you. There it is right there. Yeah, this one blew up too. Yep. All right, not very exciting, but it's something. Looks like there's another one here. It's a 75. So that's probably going to be another one of those fragments. This one's kind of long though. This might be a whole bomb. Let's go find out. Let's go find out. It's kind of deep. Oh, there we go. Spent 50 cal slug. Let's make sure that's what it was, what I was hitting there. Yep, that's it. All right. Now this one seems a little different. It's a 75-78, so it's going to be bomb fragment. But look how long it is. Kind of long. Let's see what this is all about. All right, where's my pinpointer? Yeah, another piece of a bomb. Yeah. No, there's another piece over there. Where's my... There. Oh, there's part of the fins. There's part of the fins. Okay, we'll take all that out of here. Well, I'll tell you, I've had better luck today finding things on the surface of the ground rather than using my $500 metal detector. I've already found a 50 caliber shell casing over there, but look what I found here now. This is one of those bombs I was telling you about. Of course, the fin's been broken off of it, and they're not dangerous. They're all exploded. You can tell because the end is hollow on the end there. But this is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, I was hoping to find one buried though and show you how I dig it up, but I'll take this one anyway. How'd you like to get hit by a piece of shrapnel like this. Look at this. This thing is still sharp after all these years. It's part of a bomb that blew up. Boy, that would hurt. That would ruin your day. I got a 78 here, which is going to be another fragment, I'm sure. I doubt it's intact. Yep, there it is. Just a fragment. And on the side it says Mark 43, MK43. So that gives you an idea what these things are. What the put that over there for now. I'll pick it up later. Yeah. Cover this hole up. I just got another hit in here. Oh, there it is. That's an intact 50 cal armor piercing slug. Well, that's it for me today. My knee and my back says it's time to quit. It's because I have a sore back in the first place. And they told me a long time ago I needed total knee replacement, which I really don't think I do. But I'm going to call it quits. That's it for today. And didn't find much, wasn't very exciting. But at least I got out and got some exercise. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.